I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
Hey, Freak Show! You're going nowhere!
We'll do it live! Fuck it!
All right. Welcome back, kids and coaches, to another episode of West of Nowhere. I am Levi.
And I am Shane.
Yeah, and with us, we have the infamous Dutch in Denver. If you make it through all the way to the end of our episodes, you get to hear us give some shout outs to some of our friends. And Dutch, you are one of them, so welcome to the show, dude.
So, I might have been muted for this entire time. I'm not anymore, though.
All right,
Great.
well, that's just us talking to ourselves. No big deal.
I love it. Yeah, it'll be
You know
all right.
what? It is what it is. We roll with the punches.
Yeah, so intro again. It's fine.
You want to do it again?
I mean, if you want to. You guys have your audio.
Shane, what do you want to do?
I'm fine.
Yeah,
with
we're
it.
still live, though. Like, they heard all you said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
And my mom just said, stop drinking and doing computer shit. Okay, thanks, Mom.
Well, that's
Thanks, Mom.
the whole thing
Wait
that
for
we're
the
doing
support.
here. So,
Unbelievable.
yeah, you don't got any support out there. That's
Yeah, see,
unreal.
Natalie, I don't know who this chick is, but she just figured out that, Natalie, instead of laughing, next time could you be like, hey, Dutch, you're muted.
Yeah, that's so mate. That's on brand for Natalie too. She's just
I love
gonna
it.
watch you fail. I love it. Before we get too far along, Shane, you want to do the Patreon peeps? real quick?
Yes. I was like, we're having a great conversation.
Wait, what is
Yeah.
this?
We might not. We have
our
Patreons,
Patreon supporters. We list them.
You have
out.
people who actually listen to your podcast?
and they
That
pay us for it.
Pay us money.
Jesus Christ. Hey,
You
nerds of
think
Dutch
you're
in Denver,
world-famous?
pay attention. These guys have fans. It's
Yeah,
not just hate mail.
this
all
is
right.
how you do.
Patreon away.
All right. We would like to thank Adam Pacino, Tony Burgess, Mark Stadler, Kylie Gangwish, Natalie Tacarante, Colby Jordan, Chantel, Colton Zamersla, TJ Jonak, and of course, Jeremy Brazzers. And right now, if you use the coupon code WOK on the Brazzers website, you can get 10% off your first month.
Yeah, I mean, and if they don't honor it, sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Wait, you guys have a Brazzers code, really?
No,
Yeah,
that'd be cool,
WOK.
though.
No, we just have
Can you
a
imagine?
we have a subscriber whose last name looks kind of like Brazzers if you have a
It's
Georgia
Brazil.
education.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So
Hey, Shane,
it's
you
his
got to
birthday
do something
today,
with your camera. Like, I get the middle of your forehead.
that's his pretty side.
Oh, there you go. That's
Great,
perfect. That's
great.
much. Well, no, down a little bit. That's perfect right there. Much better. Okay, so wait a minute. You guys have a
Fucking-
Brazzers coupon code?
Yeah,
Spell that out real quick.
WOK.
Okay.
WOK.
Just 1 second.
That's how we need. That's how we need to pronounce it from now on. WOK. We gotta get some.
It is not
engineering
working.
Going on.
Yeah,
What's it
well-
supposed to give me?
It's
Yeah,
10% off.
You gotta email them. So
Well,
You gotta
actually,
email
it's- Brazzers is
Yeah.
free for Pride Month, so
yeah,
I'm about it.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go. See, that's the same thing. It's the same discount.
okay. Well, excellent. So yeah, if you guys ever want to watch some real shameful porn, type in Japanese fart
Brazzers.
porn /wok.brazzers.com. Okay.
There we go.
There you go.
Patrons out of the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
patrons are out of the way. And then, do we have any comments on last week's YouTube episode?
Oh man, do we ever? We always got
Yes.
comments on the YouTube. It's not, it's not as many as we had that one day, but I think people kind of forgot about your deal. What was your deal? So you can tell them to let them know. So
Oh yeah. So I put out a challenge for the listeners, and you guys hit the 50 comment challenge, no problem. So I said 100 comments next time, you get a free shirt, and I'm wearing the shirt you'll get. It says I've had enough. It has got our logo on the back of it.
hell yeah,
100 comments, boom, free t-shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll do something else. If you guys don't comment on their videos at all, I'll give you $100.
Jesus. Well, that's not gonna happen.
Just
Yeah.
drive that thing into the ground, dislike it until it cries, and then when they're at the bottom of the barrel and sad, one of you just says, "We own you," and then you can comment again, just so they know their places. They do this for you guys, for the entertainment value. for you. They're the performing monkeys.
We are.
Don't give in to their demands. Make them give in to your demands.
Hey, I'm trying to run a show right now. You want to fucking calm down, all right? I got some comments to read. This is not...
I didn't know. You guys didn't tell me the format prior to this. I thought we were going to scroll through OnlyFans and play Soggy Waffle. This is new to me.
We watched your show in preparation to have you on. You should have watched our show in preparation to have us on.
Okay, I don't watch a show. I listen to it. I cannot. You guys' cameras are...
What?
Yours is fine, Levi.
Oh,
fucking Batman looks like
tell
he's
him.
in a prison cell. Like, I mean, it's bad.
Is
It's
it
fine.
because he has no decorations, or is it because like what?
It's just the quality and his...
He just got a new camera too. Isn't that weird?
This is better than the other camera that I had.
Yeah.
So
It
I don't
was
know
fun.
how much.
it was way better.
Okay, but
This
it's
is way better.
And you're like... I mean, I feel like you're in a 4x4 room, like right up against the wall. There's no depth
He
to
is,
where
like,
you're at.
right on that wall.
I am leaning on the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, can you just not?
No, I can't.
And
You just change how you live your life because
I
you
have-
look like you're under fluorescent
I have-
lights.
If you must know, I have back problems, and I can't just sit in this chair without it because it won't just stay sitting up. I have.
Okay, we'll
back
get a new
issues.
chair.
Are you
Give me
gonna
more
pay for it?
Patreons.
Yeah.
Guys,
Listen,
a
you
chair
got
is
all
like
these
$500.
suggestions, but you're not paying any of the bills around here, so
I pay my own bills, and I have
Not
a
our
chair
bills,
that is
so-
functional. I have an ergonomic one that I love. It's awesome.
Are you paying our bills?
Absolutely.
Why can't you buy a shirt with sleeves?
yeah.
What? Because it's Africa hot today, and I wore a shirt with no sleeves. See, I got both my shots.
T-shirts are like what, $10?
Yeah.
This one was
Yeah.
free. The gypsy bought it.
You know what else? T-shirts would be free if you leave 100 comments under our YouTube video. See?
Boom.
All right, way to plug it. All right, go on to your OnlyFans stuff. Comments
All right,
or what were we doing?
So it's just Adrian and Kylie again, but Adrian's first comment cracked me up. So he asked if I still have the DVDs, asking for a friend, talking about the porn videos that
The Riley
sent me.
Reid stuff, yeah.
I do. Fuck, I should have grabbed him and like showed him.
Held him up,
know.
yes.
I don't know. Yeah. And Mark asked me also, but it was via Snapchat, and I had to show him. But yeah, I do. I don't have anything to watch him on. Well, I guess my PlayStation, but I don't have a disk drive on my computer, so they're kind of pointless. And also, I have the internet. So
Yeah, so
It is
Dutch,
what
in
it
case
is.
you missed that, last week, Levi told a story about how whenever he was first starting out drawing when he was living out in Fallon, he drew pictures of Riley Reid, and she sent him free stuff.
yeah, got a bunch of free porn. Big box
Who's that?
porn for you, Andy.
You definitely know who Riley Reid is.
She's
Shut
the
up.
one in the meme. Oh, you're gonna make me come. You know that meme? That's her. That's the easiest way to.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
You've watched my podcast. I don't know what pop
You don't
culture.
know what memes are?
No, I think they're
Well,
fucking
this
dumb.
is why you're struggling.
If you
bro.
text
gotta
me
get out there.
and send me a video that's like 3 seconds long, I block you.
That's okay. That's a little aggressive, but all right.
I don't like that.
Yeah, hey.
Use your words.
Anyway, so Adrian also went on to say he would cheat the Rubik's Cube and take the stickers off and put them back like he had solved it, because we talked about speed cubing, which is finishing Rubik's Cubes in under like
Oh yeah, I saw that video.
seconds.
That guy did in like
Yeah.
less than 4 seconds.
3.14, I think. is
That's
what it
less than
was.
4.
Yeah,
Pi.
well,
1/4 is
just giving the
pi.
Specific. So
But
do the whole
that's-
thing.
it's
Read it
not-
out.
It's a little bit cheating that he gets to look at it.
That's what I thought. I was like, well, he gets to study it.
Yeah, and then you just program your brain and be like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. Left, up, down, whatever. It's like the cheat codes on old PlayStation for Twisted Metal. Remember that?
Yeah.
Where you like,
Well, I only remember the ones from Grand Theft Auto, but yeah.
no, I'm talking
Same
Twisted
concept.
Metal.
I know what you're talking about. I'm just saying those are the ones that I remember as Grand Theft Auto.
All right.
All right.
I feel like this is gonna be combative.
Well, just because you're just, oh no,
You-
this is what I mean.
The two of you are. This is gonna be fun.
Levi and I should have a cage fight.
Okay.
I think I could just turn my
Wait a
camera
minute.
off and you two could just talk.
Cage fight
nonstop.
against Batman.
You wanna have a cage fight against Batman?
No, you and me against him.
Oh,
That's
well,
not
that's
even
not fair. He's
fair.
Batman. That's
And
not
I'm
fair.
slow.
Well,
You can't be slower than me and
Well.
him. Like 260, I'm imagining like 240.
Sure.
See? And
Okay, well, after Elon Musk
I weigh
and,
240.
And what's
Alright.
his name? After Elon and what's that Facebook guys? Mark Zuckerberg at
Yeah.
Package? Fine.
Yep.
We'll do one. Okay.
okay.
Nice.
Are we just going to glaze over that Levi's in touch with a porn star?
It hasn't been like it was.
It's been a long
real-
time.
Okay, but it happened.
and she was like brand new too.
Okay, but it still happened. Like, none of us
It
can
was
say
pretty
that.
cool. Yeah.
And we talked
mean-
about it last week, so if you really
Yeah.
want to know about it,
Listen to last.
Watch last week's episode.
Okay, I missed last week because I have a mess here at, Dutch
In your brain?
headquarters.
Casa de Denver.
Oh, dude, we've got
because the
kids,
Nuggets won?
family, and Nuggets. It's been a mess this week.
Listen,
You have no
congratulations!
idea.
Isn't that the first time they've ever won?
First in 47 years. Thank you.
Holy shit.
That is pretty.
Batman didn't want to talk about it, and it's,
You gotta start somewhere.
yeah. I mean, now all we need is the fucking, wait, who's our AAA baseball team?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, the Rockies.
Oh man, the purple guys. Man, listen. I used to like the Rockies for the longest time when I was like, 4 or 5, because we had a glove. It was a Rockies like novelty glove, right?
Mhm.
And it was black and purple, and I was like, this thing's the coolest thing ever. And then I don't know what happened to it, but then I grew up and I was like, man, I don't even know if I like baseball that much to commit to a whole team. But
I mean, fuck Dinger. Let's just get that out of the way.
Dude, what do the
Yeah.
Rockies and Michael Jackson have in common?
let's hear it.
They both wear a glove for no apparent reason.
Got him.
I mean,
Do you
try
think
harder.
Michael Jackson got buried with his glove?
Probably.
No,
Cool. No.
Why not?
because
It
someone
was-
stole it and is going to sell that thing for more money than you've
Oh.
ever seen in your life.
Okay, do you think he got buried with a glove on? Let's say
No.
that. No?
I don't
Not
think
at
he
all?
got buried.
Oh, you think they lit him on fire?
No, I think somebody has his body, and again, they're going to sell it for a fuckload of money later.
Somebody's got him just in a Walt Disney cryo tube.
Well, dude, again, the guy's got
out.
so much plastic surgery. Like, what's going to decay?
Dude,
That's a good point. Yeah.
Walt Disney, Michael Jackson, Tupac, and Biggie are all living in a trailer park in South Florida, all right?
Oh my god. Well, it would be South Florida if anything.
No, dude,
I
Biggie and
love when they're
Tupac
like,
would
they're in
never
the
be seen
Bahamas.
together. Learn your 90s rap.
They were friends. at
They were
one
friends before they
Yeah.
started fighting.
You learned your 90s.
Yeah, you learned it.
Everyone was friends before they started fighting.
Not true.
That's not true.
Yeah,
We've never been friends. Look at us.
Yeah.
we're not fighting. We're discussing. I mean,
I
think
know,
about
but
it.
it was funny. Come on.
Fucking China and the United States, we used to be friends. Or
You're right.
separatists.
When we saved them from Japan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're welcome, world.
We used to be friends with Germany when they helped us with the revolution, and people are like, no, they didn't. France did. It's like, yeah,
I
they
mean,
kind of did. Calm
you could
down.
argue
Learn their
we're-
history.
You could argue we were still friends with Germany because we took all their scientists who were like, yeah, we don't care that you killed them. Come on.
Yeah.
Make
let's
us
go.
a bomb to get rid of
Paperclip.
Japs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. I
see?
just talked to a person who had never heard of Operation Paperclip the other day. I was
Really?
kind of blown away. I thought that was like common knowledge by now, but yeah.
You have to be friends before you can be enemies, because
Not
those
true.
are two opposites. Absolutely.
No.
Have you ever
No.
seen a dog and a squirrel? Mm,
What?
no
Enemy.
way.
Yeah, have you ever seen a dog?
They're not
Instant
enemies.
enemies, dude. Instant enemies.
I
Have you ever
challenge
seen
you.
Tom and Jerry?
I
Come
disagree. My dog is friends with squirrels.
Oh
My dog
God.
is
Are you
friends
gonna be
with.
one of these people where every time I bring up an example, you're gonna be like, actually, my thing is different. So.
No, if you make up a good example, I will. I have a black lab who touches nose with deer. They're best friends.
I'm sorry that
First
your
of
black
all-
lab is soft in the head.
Oh yeah, he is. He's broken.
He's gonna
Oh, well.
get. He's gonna get that chronic wasting disease from a deer that he's nuzzling up with, and then you're gonna be sad.
No, we don't have it in Colorado anymore.
No.
We ditched that. They all chronically wasted away. Yeah, he literally
Hey.
he lays in the front yard, and squirrels are maybe 2 or 3 feet from him. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
They're his friends. He is the most.
So he's like just living in a Disney movie.
Mhm.
Just hanging
Absolutely.
out, like
And
Fox
the
and
squirrels
Hound,
are, eating flowers. The deer are eating the flowers. Everything's eating flowers,
Everybody's
seeds,
eating flowers.
destroying the yard. And he's like, well, guys, there's more in
Cool,
the back.
man. Your
Yeah.
dog sounds like a hippie. Hey
Yeah, he
man,
does.
come
Hey,
on,
dude.
hang out in our yard and eat our flowers, dude.
Pretty much. I mean, I can't argue with it. He's
Check it out. We
useless.
got all this stuff. It's all right. I won't get mad. It's fine.
But if there's a bird who flies over and the shadow on the ground, he'll chase that and murder it.
He'll chase the shadow or the bird?
Yeah, the shadow. Yeah, he
My
is
dad's
soft.
dogs. My dad's dogs. He's got 3 border collies, and 2 of them will chase. He's got like turkey buzzards that'll fly over his property, and they'll run around acting like they're gonna get them when they fly down. And you know those birds are just like they're the dumbest dogs I've ever seen.
Oh, this one doesn't even look up.
They're just-
You know, like, you can take your phone and make a reflection in the sun with your screen on the ground
yeah, and
He
he'll get
chases
the spot. Yeah,
all day.
Yeah.
Snow falling out of the trees
Yeah.
all day.
I have a chocolate lab, and if you have a laser pointer, you can keep him busy for hours.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought yours was black.
And
No.
it's a chocolate lab.
But
It's
it's still
chocolate.
named Bo, right?
It is named Bo. Yep.
Because mine's Bo.
Oh, no.
I
Well,
realized
mine's
the mistake I
boat.
made.
Because
2
it's
boats
Bo
don't make it
2.
right.
Oh.
Boat.
Boat,
Okay.
Bo 2.
All right. Well, on this
Fuck you
week's
guys.
episode,
Use
we're
your
going to do things a little bit
Alabama
different.
brains.
We're going to do things a little bit different, and Dutch has stories that he wants to cover.
Yeah.
All right.
So
let's hear it.
Dutch.
Hit us with it.
We're going to talk about the submarine.
Yeah.
All right. Of
Okay.
course.
Which one?
Well, the one that
yellow one?
imploded by the Titanic or whatever happened with that.
With a yellow submarine.
My first question is, how, and Batman's in the Navy, so he might be able to answer this, but how do you not know where, how do you not have GPS, a tracker? How do you not know where this thing is?
You want an actual answer, or you want funny answers?
Give me a combination of both.
Okay, well, the realistic answer is that the CEO who designed this, like, was actively involved in the designing of this thing. It's kind of a fucking moron. And
Was a
he's
cheap
like-
asshole and
Yeah,
disregarded
he's like,
safety?
You know what? Safety. No, this is what he said. He said, safety, if you want to be safe, you should just stay in bed because innovation doesn't happen without, breaking some rules. That's a quote from him in a interview that he gave while asking, like, people were asking him about.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just adding context because
Yeah.
at a certain point, he's not wrong. Like, total
yeah, I
safety,
mean,
yes. Stay in
if
your
you're
little
gonna
corner.
go 2 miles underneath the ocean,
You should probably have total safety.
Check your boxes a little bit.
Yeah,
but,
you should probably not order a controller off of Amazon.
Dude, that thing's sick. That Logitech, though, listen. You know how many people I know that used to blame their shitty aftermarket controllers for them losing games in Halo 2?
Okay,
Everyone
but
now
why
look
would you
at 'em.
ever buy a
And now look
shitty
at 'em.
aftermarket controller?
Some people are poor, Dutch. That's all they
Okay,
can
well,
afford. Or,
don't
more
complain.
accurately, some people throw their controllers when they lose, and they're like,
I-
why would I spend $60 on a new one when I can get this one for...
Do you know how many scuff controllers I've smashed?
That's insane.
I
Scuff
used to be
controllers?
like that
Oh,
when
yeah.
I was,
Oh, yeah. Halo 2 days.
yeah.
Yeah. I have gone through, during Halo 2, probably 10 scuff controllers.
I don't know what a scuff controller is. At this
So
point.
Scuff
I'm
is
too afraid to
Scuff
ask.
is Scuff is one of the first brands to
The
really come out with the
paddles.
controllers with the extra paddles on the back of the,
like on
controller.
the-
Yeah.
So you don't ever have to touch your X, Y, B, A, all that. So you never have to take your thumbs off the joysticks. So when you slide and shotgun some nerd in the face, you're still directionally in control.
So cheater
You know what's
controller.
you know what's
God.
crazy is that even with a cheater controller, as Levi
That's not a
calls
cheater
him, Dutch
controller.
still
I'm just
sucks.
kidding. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
no.
still bad.
I'm sorry, I would smoke you in anything except Call of Duty.
1v1 me, bro. 1v1 me.
Want to do it?
Dude,
No,
you can
I'm terrible.
live stream. So we don't got to do it right now. But the next episode you have, if you want, we can live stream Halo. You can pick the Halo, and I will definitely walk all over you.
I love the confidence.
It is so
I
cute.
forgot how much fun it was when people talk shit
Batman
about
thinks
video games.
he's good at Halo 2.
Oh, dude, I'm decent, above
He's-
average at most first-person shooters.
He
Okay.
is a little obsessive. I don't know. That's how you guys met, right? Through video games.
We did,
Uh-huh.
yeah. I met him playing
Tell
Destiny.
the story. Meet
Destiny.
No,
Let's
wasn't it before Destiny?
Was it?
Even
I
if
think
it
it
was
was
Destiny, that means I've known
was
you
Destiny
for
1.
7 years.
Yeah. Yep. And they say at 10 years you're actual friends, so we're fucking right there,
we're
dude.
almost there, dude.
And Levi, have I never played with you?
No.
You were not one of Batman's
I don't like
Xbox
to play
friends?
video games with people. I'm more of a solo gamer, you know.
So you're more of a Skyrim.
Sometimes, yeah, Skyrim, but I do a lot of sports games, which is as lame as it can get, I think.
No, that's sports games are with people though.
Not with me.
What is better than dominating some nerd in Madden?
He does like career mode and stuff.
Yeah, I always do the career modes, and I'm like chasing records and stuff.
Yeah, but franchise mode is career mode, but against people.
Yeah, but you can do like cloud franchises now.
You don't-
on the Maddens, but like I'll do Madden Ultimate Team too. But like
You don't love like just dominating some kid,
no, not in a
not in a weird sexual way, but
hey, you said it, man. No, because I don't put enough time into. I have ADHD, so I flip through games like nobody's business. I will play one game for half an hour, and then I'll switch to a completely different type of game, and I gain no skill from.
So you're like World of Warcraft.
So then when I go, no. But like, so when I
Fallout.
go and play online, I played Fallout, yeah, not 76, but just regular.
No,
Fallout.
76
When I go
is
online,
broken.
I am trash because I don't put in the hours that everybody like you guys do on one specific game. I'll play a little bit here and there, but you know, just for fun.
Dude,
And I even got stopped getting invited by Shane to play Call of Duty, so you know, it is what it is.
we did. I have someone who watches me stream video games, and she says, "How much do you have on ESO?" I have 400, over 400 actual days.
On Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah, like a solid
I've
over
never
a solid
played
year.
Yeah,
I
played RuneScape. Does that count?
Yes.
I probably have.
Multiplayer game?
I probably have about that on COD games.
Yeah.
No. COD games don't count because those are like 20 years old. We're talking one game.
I didn't start- I didn't-
Specific game?
I didn't start seriously playing Call of Duty until quarantine.
Oh yeah, no. In like Destiny 2, I have like 300 days,
Yeah,
like 24-hour days on.
yeah. And who was better than you at Destiny? I was.
No, you weren't.
Screenshot this
girls,
face.
You're
Yeah.
both pretty. It's okay.
All right, let's go. All right, back to the submarine. How did you
All
guys?
right.
How do you not know where it is?
So they're definitely gonna get sued. 100%.
Yeah.
That's not my
The
question.
thing
How do
is
you not know
that-
where it is?
Well, because
We-
this guy cut so many corners that they were like,
Yeah.
we don't have a GPS tracking on it. Like the only way to move the sub is from from a connection from the boat above.
Mhm.
And so it's like done with like the least amount of technology you can do. And honestly, it would have been fine if they had used a window that was rated for going that deep, but apparently the window they used was rated for half the depth.
But wait a
they
minute,
went?
didn't that sub go down before and come back up?
Yeah, I mean, you can get away with it once or twice, but you got to think of all that pressure that's going to eventually, like when you get a vehicle that's rated for, you know, off-roading, maybe you can use it perfectly fine for, you know, a while, but then after a while it's going to start getting, you know, worn down, and 2 miles under the water, that's a lot of fucking pressure.
And no one turned
Yeah.
on their iPhone?
I don't know if the
I
signal
mean,
goes,
again,
goes that
where
way.
I live, I'm more than 2 miles from a tower,
Yeah.
and I still get full like wideband
It's also
5G
in
service.
the middle of the ocean.
I know
and then also
it's
down.
it is, but
The
I mean,
Starlink, send him a Starlink signal.
we talked about this. I can get Wi-Fi at 37,000 feet, which is more than 2 miles. And if we're going to talk about the density of water and everything, I don't know
Yeah,
what
but you have towers geographically closer because this is still in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. And
Is
then,
it really in the middle?
well, not the middle, but it's still
It's
in the ocean.
I mean, me and Levi can attest to this. There is no cell service once you're fucking 10 miles from the shoreline.
Yeah.
Okay,
as
but
soon
there's
as you
still
get-
wait a minute. There's still
also-
there's still sat phone service.
Yeah, that's a
Sat-
satellite though.
yeah,
How do you not have a sat phone?
and also you got to think. You ever used a phone inside a building, like a big brick building?
Yeah.
You know how shitty your service gets. All right, now imagine you're in a titanium and carbon fiber tube under
Okay.
2 miles.
Where's your
of
sat
ocean.
phone?
That's you got a fundamental like lack of understanding of how things
Well,
work. I think.
no,
I don't think it would work at all.
Well, this leads to my other question, though, and Shane can't answer this, but how deep can a Navy sub go?
That's definitely it's got to be classified information.
Yeah, there's no way we'd be able to know that.
I know that,
They
but
wouldn't
you
tell
think
us,
it can
but-
go deeper than 2 miles?
I feel like
And you think the Navy still knows exactly where that motherfucker is with all that nuclear
Well,
they
material
found,
on there?
but they
That's
found
different.
the wreckage.
And to compare that sub to a Navy sub is different because the Navy is using every bit of technology to track more technology to track that sub than they would ever use. Like, you know what I mean? Like this.
Yeah.
Like we talk about military grade shit all the time, and working on jets, you know that like you don't know where they're spending their money at, but
You're right.
I guarantee you they know exactly where that sub is at all times.
Mhm.
And that's the
Yeah.
Navy. That's a huge government fucking funded entity. And this is just some whack ass fucking rich dude who was like,
Billionaire.
Not
I'm
even
gonna make some money.
affiliated with anybody. He's,
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
like literally on his own. Which I mean, hey, you got to try and make some money somehow. That's cool. Like
So if you're on your own and all that,
exploration thing.
why is the Coast Guard
Titanic,
looking
that's
for you?
What do you mean? It's still a person.
It's still
They
people,
look
yeah.
for shipwrecks all the time, even if you're out on your
Fuck
own
that.
boat.
All right.
If you take a boat out off the coast, and they know that you left, they're still gonna look for you.
Mhm.
yeah, they're gonna look for you. Yep.
That's just how they do it. That's like one of the top things that the Coast Guard does.
Yeah.
So then here's my other question. There's a rumor going around that the Coast Guard, the Navy, whoever you want to put it on, had a verifiable evidence that the craft imploded
Yeah.
days ago.
Yeah, they knew right away. The Navy said it was they couldn't verify it, but there was a sound that they had recorded, and they
Mhm.
said that sound is the exact same kind of sound that you would hear on a whatever
Implosion.
kind of implosion. Like there's a certain kind of like instant implosion
Mhm.
sound that they're like,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what that sounds like.
So
And they're like,
why
we
for-
don't know.
I mean, why for that long
Because where did
gotta make it
they
look
find the
good.
wreckage? Well, no, not that. Where'd they find the wreckage?
it was 1,600 meters from the Titanic.
And where did the
Right there.
Titanic go down at?
I don't
Like
know.
where?
Atlantic
Close to
Ocean.
what? Close to what? Is it close to a certain country?
No clue. It's got to be close to
'Cause-
New York, right?
No, I
Or
thought
no?
they were.
Well, I mean,
I thought they were
halfway, or not
closer
halfway
to.
between.
I mean, that's the other thing that I haven't understood, and I do understand now, is that when you fly like, across the country and stuff, you don't necessarily like it's not a direct line.
Yeah, it's
up in the
and up,
air,
yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah.
So
'Cause it's
when
shorter.
because if you go directly from England to America, you don't hit many icebergs. Like Christopher Columbus didn't have that problem. Now he probably went in the summertime, but I think they found a more efficient route to go, like near Iceland and then come
Yeah.
down Canada.
Well, it's just shorter because if you look at a globe, it's just
Right.
It's shorter distance right there.
Right.
But yeah, the Titanic wrecked. I mean, it's not quite halfway between England and New York, but it's a little closer to America.
So it's Canada's problem.
Yeah, it's close to Canada.
Fucking Canada.
Yeah, that's
Speaking of
right.
So
bullshit.
we probably didn't say anything because we probably have like listening devices in the water that we're not supposed to have in certain places, and then
Maybe,
telling
yeah.
the other country or just coming out and saying, oh yeah, we know where they're at because we heard this implosion sound, gives up the location of what they're using to listen in the water, and that's
Or
like
the
national
fact
security.
that they're just.
But it's people. That's
that
the
they
argument you
couldn't
guys made
verify
either.
instantly. You know what I mean?
people.
Like, yeah, they can hear a sound, but that doesn't necessarily 100% guarantee that's what that. Like they don't know that was that specific thing.
Right.
You gotta trust but verify your equipment, right? You gotta go check.
Have you ever
thing.
dealt with the United States government? And we don't trust and verify anything. We just
That's all we do. What do you mean?
okay.
We don't trust and verify shit. Yeah.
We just do
That's all
whatever
we
the
do.
fuck we want. It's hilarious how cavalier we are with literally everything we do.
That's fair.
But anyway, yeah, that's so. I don't know. They didn't invite me to the board meeting where they're like, "Hey,
Yeah, I wasn't either.
we're-
I was kind of bummed. Like I had my email on the list and just didn't get call.
get tagged."
All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna change
Is that all
subjects.
you want to talk about with the little submarine thing?
Well, I mean, what
I
else
have
you
a
gonna talk
little
about?
thing to. I mean, a funny little side thing about it.
Okay.
One of the like one of the, because there was a lot of rich people on that thing, right? But one of them, their kid, went to a Blink 182 concert.
Yeah, to cope.
Shortly after, and he's like, you know what, music, helps me out. Well, he went to the Blink 182 concert, and then he was also tweeting at some OnlyFans model and asked her to sit on his face.
Hell yeah.
I was like, hey man, whatever you got to do to heal, I get it.
Yeah, whatever you got to do to get through this time of grieving.
I mean, again,
But I
your
thought that
dad's a
was
billionaire.
hilarious.
How connected are you with him, really, like emotionally?
Well, and he's probably gonna get quite a bit of inheritance, right? So you got to work those connections in now.
Yeah, I mean,
Gotta get the
maybe
trophy
he's going to
wife
be
ready
the
go,
new
wind up.
stage manager for Blink 182.
That'd be tight.
All you got to do is have
That's-
your billionaire dad die in a submarine.
And
Dad, what do you want to do
lots of attention
Tuesday?
for no reason.
I'm busy, but I got a trip for
Dad,
you.
get in this metal tube. Don't ask questions.
I like
No, that's not an Xbox controller. That's an Amazon controller.
It's Logitech. They're a high quality company, okay?
You don't think Bezos had a thing in this? Like, hey, I know this company. Send them the defective refurbished one.
Send him. Oh yeah, dude. Or it wasn't even like an
'Cause
official.
theoretically,
Amazon
we've
store,
just
it was just
eliminated some billionaires because their stuff's going to be divvied up, and the people who get it are not going to be billionaires. Because if you take 1 billion and you divvy it up amongst 5, you don't have billionaires anymore. You think Bezos is trying to like limit the amount of billionaires in the world?
No, I feel like he doesn't even give a shit about this guy. I think he's on a different level. He's worried about going to fucking the outer space, dude.
Yeah.
He just-
Yeah, he's
What
trying
about
to
going
be
to Mars?
Elon.
He's Titanic's old news, dude. I'm going to fucking Mars, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Him and his cock rocket.
Actually, that reminds me. So before we switch subjects, is there any experience either one of you would do or have done that you would risk your life for? You know, like, 'cause, like obviously these guys risk their life going down. Is there an experience that you would do, and specifically to Shane because of your circumstances? I don't know. Do we talk about your offspring, your parents?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, people
So-
listen to the show know he's a dad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there an experience you would risk your life for to have?
Like, are you saying like just so like so? Are you saying because I'm a parent, I'm less risk adverse?
Yes.
Oh, dude, I would if 100% if they were like we're gonna send people to Mars. Do
Oh,
you
yeah.
want to go? I'd go.
Okay, I'm that boat. Like if people are like, do you want to go to the moon? It's like, yep.
Why wouldn't you? It's so cool.
Yeah.
Literally, it's cold as shit.
But I mean, is there anything else
Yeah.
you've done or?
No, I've not really done much of anything. Like I would never go skydiving because that sounds fucking stupid.
I want to go skydiving for sure. The whole
Mine-
reason I joined the Navy is because I liked airplanes, and then I found out I was blind and can't be a pilot. So I was like, well,
Colorblind or
at least with skydiving,
blind?
Just blind.
You can't see?
I can't see these things on my face.
Oh, well, there you go.
Glasses. These aren't just for good looks, man. You know.
They aren't there to make him look smart.
It's just,
Obviously.
and also because people
obviously.
called in, they're like, yeah, I risk my life every day doing motocross. It's like, no, you don't. Shut up.
Fucking motocross, dude.
That's not the same as getting
Listen,
in an
when you-
Amazon sub.
When your hobby has been made into a Disney movie, I don't think you can.
Well, like
I
the
don't
guy
know.
who, so I didn't pose this question. A talk show guy I listened to, Ross, posed it, and he said he risked his life in like New Guinea, where he scubaed to 200 feet and pulled out his dive knife, and he was with two other women, and they took out their metal dive knife and tapped their tanks to make noise, and it attracted 2 hammerheads that were over 12 feet.
Fuck that.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. That's like risking your life. But
I also have like, what is it? Thalassophobia, where you feel like fear of the open water, right?
okay,
Like I would never do anything underwater. Like, in,
but
like,
you'd go to
that
space.
depth, I'd go to space for sure.
Okay,
At worst case scenario, I explode, but fuck, water, you get to drown, you get to feel it. You know, you could get eaten.
but you can
You get
suffocate in
made
space.
you could get made into the fucking giant squid's bitch. You know, not my day.
Okay, but that's just. I mean, is there anything you would do that would risk your life? It's like, yeah, I'd do a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I'd do that ocean thing with the hammerheads. I'd go to the moon.
Yeah.
I'd do all that stuff.
Those two
They don't have
things.
kids, and that's
Yeah.
what I wanted to ask Shane. Is like,
Oh, does
does
it
your risk
changes?
aversion change now that you have kids?
So maybe not like. I've always wanted to go to space. So I think if I got offered that, I think it would go above that, right? And I think to me, it would be. I would be teaching my son to like chase something that you really want. You got to go for it,
Yeah.
right? And something like that would be insane, especially because they're like, if we had the technology to go to Mars and like live there, you're like, you're a part. You'd forever be a part of history that could never be taken away if like
Yeah.
you went to Mars and lived there.
Yeah.
So that's a little different, but I think I'm more risk adverse as far as like spending money on things. Like if they were like, hey, you can go to Mars, but we need you to take every bit of your money you've ever earned and pay it to us, I would probably say no. Because
Use your money for on Mars.
I mean, we all drive on highways every day, though, which is life-threatening.
Yeah.
right,
Have
that's
you
fair.
ever been around people who don't know how to drive? It's
Yeah.
terrifying.
In my mind, you'd pass on all that money to your kid, right? So if I was to
Oh, like when
leave
you leave,
and it was
yeah.
free, I would just be like, everything that's in my name will be my son's when he turns 18.
Yeah, but he doesn't grow up with a dad. You died going to Mars. Is it more
Lots of-
important you went to
Lots
Mars?
of great
or more-
athletes grow up without dads.
Yeah. He's gonna
Yeah,
be the next Tiger Woods. Wait.
Russell, I mean,
Shit.
or
My
Shane,
son
I hate
plays
to
soccer,
break it
so
to
he'll be
you.
a famous fucking football player.
I
Pele
doubt it.
Jr., dude. Oh my god.
He's pretty good. He's
Okay.
pretty good.
You can't be on the Denver Nuggets, but he's good. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you
He
have
can't
to.
play basketball.
We'll have this.
He's good with his feet.
We'll have the professional sports talk later. Like the amount of people who make it to professional sports as opposed to, I mean,
Well,
Major
yeah,
League
it's the
Baseball.
same. It's the
There's
same percentage of
250
getting
people in
professional
the
about anything.
world.
Hold on. I'm not talking about like American football. I just said football like isn't what they call soccer in the rest
Yeah,
of the
no,
world.
no. If you want to be soccer in the UK, those guys make more money than anyone. The two
Yeah.
top players make like 250 million a year.
I'm
And
just saying
there's so
I don't
many clubs that like.
I don't think the MLS in America is,
Oh no, that's
is super
no,
selective.
no. You want to go to Europe?
I'm just saying you start there though. That's a jump off point. If you're
Yeah,
good
but
in the
like,
MLS, you get picked
he
up by a
goes
foreign
into
team.
Europe,
No,
he gets
no.
the European broad.
No,
you know,
Batman.
He's living all the best life.
You need to send him to a school in Europe like when he's 10, and he'll get trained his whole life, and he'll
On your way to Mars.
grow
send
up
him
in
to
Europe, and then come
Got it.
home when he's 40 to play in MLS.
Have a fucking
You don't.
accent and shit.
MLS is not a
just-
jumping off point. That's a dying point.
I just need him to be rich enough that whenever I'm too old, he can just put me in a house with somebody to take care of me.
Yeah, but you're in the Navy. The government will take care of you. VA benefits.
Yeah, okay.
I don't see you say VA benefits like it's a great thing.
Yeah, that's
But,
why I'm laughing uncontrollably. Because it's
I
not.
call that uncontrollably, but yeah.
Well, I didn't want to be too overdramatic.
Oh. All right. Well, as long as you know. What else you got? What's your next?
I don't know. You guys want to talk about like lab-grown chicken?
What about it?
What's your issue with it?
So it's not an issue. Let's just discuss this. They have now they've taken cells from a chicken
Right.
and they've grown chicken that you can eat. It's been approved by the FDA and the USDA.
I mean, that's not saying much. Fucking peeps are approved. by
Would you
them.
eat it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Isn't it like crazy expensive?
Well, I don't know. I didn't look into, but
If somebody was like, "Hey, here's some free lab-grown chicken," I'd probably try it. If
So-
that's
I would do it.
yeah.
I watched a documentary a couple years back about how they were
On the
how they
trip
were
to
already.
Mars.
Yeah, there you go. No, I
That's
watched
in-flight.
I watched a documentary about how they were already growing beef in labs, and there's like what 12 or 15 companies who are trying their damnedest to be able to grow it in a lab and then
Huh?
and also get the price down, because right now lab grown beef is like fucking $200 a patty.
Yeah.
So like I imagine lab grown chicken is probably just as crazy. But the thing about it is, and people seem to just glaze over the fact that right now in America alone, we use more farmland for food to feed the cows we slay
Yeah.
than actual what we use to feed ourselves.
Right.
And every year we eat more and more and more meat, and every country that is slowly becoming a first world country is doing the same thing.
so
we-
I slightly disagree with you.
What do you mean slightly?
Okay.
we use more farmland to grow soy than we do anything else.
Okay, but he's saying in comparison to what we use to provide food for us to eat, we use more to feed for that stuff. That's what he's saying.
Okay, so the lab-grown stuff still eats the same food that the real chicken eats. It's just they extract the stuff from the corn. They don't create it. They take corn and they just minimize is a bad word, but they
juice it up or something.
No, they take the corn and they just take the essentials from it and they put it in a water solution and they give it to the lab grown stuff. So you still need the corn. It still consumes the same amount of farmland that a regular chicken would. It's just that you're only giving it the nutrients it needs, so it doesn't have any waste.
Right. Which
could be interesting because, now you don't have any chicken shit or cow shit or anything like that. But you have all this leftover, because like a kernel of corn, you use one molecule of as actual nutrition. The rest of it gets shit out or used as waste. Yeah. So you still have the waste, it's just in a different form.
Well, you know what you're gonna have. You're gonna have a booming where they mix corn.
Like a compost thing?
No, when they use corn to help produce, for gasoline.
Ethanol. Well, no, so
a bunch of fucking ethanol shit.
The part that makes ethanol is the part that the cell uses. It's the energy part, because ethanol is energy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and
so it's the same shit that they do.
Right. So you still have the same waste, because when you make ethanol, you don't use all of the corn kernel. You only use a small portion of it. It's that's why we'll never get away from oil. I won't say never, but not soon, because a barrel of crude oil, we use all of it. 99% of it is used, and there's very little waste.
I disagree with. There's no study yet, because it's not been mass produced yet. So there's no way that you can say that they would use the same amount of farmland to create the same to equate the same amount of chicken, because we're not mass producing it yet. We're already mass producing chicken and beef and pick the meat. We're already mass producing it. So there's no way right now for you to say.
There's a thing called statistics that you can extrapolate and say that, if one chicken eats 5 pounds of
thing, you could literally just stockpile shit to feed to grow the fake chicken.
Okay, but you have to stockpile grown corn.
Chicken needs. Yeah, you could do that though.
But you still need farmland to stockpile that.
You don't need as much though.
That's the argument, is that you do. Yeah. So let's say to feed one chicken, you need 5 pounds of corn throughout its life. And that chicken produces 1 pound of meat. So 1 pound of meat takes 5 pounds of corn. Now to produce 1 pound of lab-grown meat takes 5 pounds of field corn. That's Now, we've only produced 2 pounds of lab meat, but we can extrapolate that and say if we produce 10, it will take 50 pounds.
Yeah, but you're always going to grow the same amount, and then you're not going to have to worry about a chicken that is underweight, or one that dies before it's ready to get fed. You're not going to have to worry about all those kinds of things, too. So it will be less. It's going to, there's no reason to think that it would be the exact same, because that's not how things work. It just wouldn't be. And like I said, you're stockpiling stuff, corn stockpile it. We have stockpiles of corn already. So if you just start feeding that shit, that maybe, hey, it's not good enough for the actual live birds, but we can start throwing it,
we can refine it to the cell grown.
I used to work at a corn seed plant too. So if there's shit that doesn't pass, whatever, it doesn't get this or this or this, if that shit can be used, why fucking not?
Yeah.
I think it would make a little more opportunity in regards to where you have to worry about the live bird, and it has to be, everything's got to be just fucking so, because live things are annoying and they need whatever.
And if you're going in a lab,
this is technically alive. It's
but
alive.
it's not a bird.
But if you're growing it in a
growing the tissue, right?
if you're growing it in a lab, you don't have to worry about it getting some random disease because a lab is by definition fucking sterile.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So I think it'll end up being good, but you're gonna have a lot of people go, I won't fucking eat that, and fine.
I mean, Pete will be all about it, maybe. No,
Well, here now I have a
they'll
couple
be
other
weird.
questions that are just like basic, like how much do you like chicken skin? Crispy chicken skin.
I don't eat any of my chicken that I cook with.
I mean, I won't turn away from it if someone makes it like that, but I'm not like, yo, make sure you buy the chicken with the skin.
No, but if you like rotisserie burger on the grill, like that skin is.
I get that, and I agree with you.
can
It is good
make
flavor.
Your own chickens.
And
Well, 'cause
what about
what's a-
bones?
What about 'em?
Bones add flavor.
Yeah. Well, so I don't think that they're gonna stop having actual breeding
Not in
actual
our
chickens.
lifetime, anyway.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah. But what they're trying to do is just figure out a way to keep producing the same amount of chicken while lowering our like footprint on like
Consumption
just
and- yeah.
on just
And
on, like,
also,
fucking up.
here's devil's advocate. What about flavor and texture? Because the flavor of a chicken comes from what it eats.
Right.
Like, you guys have been. Well, you've been to Asia. You had chicken in Asia, Shane. It's
Yeah.
very different from chicken in America.
I can see. Yeah.
I don't really recall it being that different, but
I don't think it's
I mean-
crazy different, but I get what you're saying.
Oh,
yeah.
it's crazy
There
different.
are
Like
different-
in America, chicken doesn't taste like anything. It tastes like whatever you put on it.
But
in
so
Asia,
chicken in-
Europe,
chicken in
tastes
Japan's-
like chicken.
still tastes like chicken. Yeah. I was gonna,
yeah. I mean, at the very end of it, like I'm not a what are the wine people that like.
Connoisseur.
Well, yeah,
chicken
I'm not
connoisseur.
a chicken connoisseur. I don't give a shit about stuff like that because I'm gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna season out. I'm gonna put the stuff I like on it.
But then you lose the flavor of the chicken.
If you said it just tastes like what we put on it, so
Well, that's American chicken. European
that's what
chicken
I
doesn't.
eat.
You can eat
I
that
don't
plain
eat
and it
your
tastes
own
like
Okay.
chicken.
chickens.
So here's
It's
my
like
thing,
beef.
right?
How do you season a fillet?
Salt, pepper, and garlic.
Very carefully.
Shane, you're wrong. Levi, how do you season it?
I'm not gonna give an answer because I feel like it's gonna be wrong.
No, you tell me.
I'm not telling you.
I'm a
Fucking just
salt
make your
guy. I
point.
just a little salt because salt enhances. It makes things taste like what they should taste like. And I want my beef to just taste like beef. I don't want it to taste like garlic or pepper or any of that shit. Now, if I have a cube steak, I'm gonna season that bitch because it's a low grade. But on a good cut of beef, I just want a little bit of salt because it'll make it taste like beef. I like the taste of beef. Now, if you can't replicate that taste, and I think that was the problem with Impossible, is you can't exactly replicate the taste or the texture. How far does this really go?
I think the people that want it are gonna eat it, and the people that don't won't. I think
Yeah.
it's pretty simple.
It
I don't
is simple,
know if
but
we
are the
need to
people?
go into like all of that because it is just how it's going to be. It's the
But
same
is it
thing
gonna
with
be
electric
economical?
cars, because people that want a old school 67 grind the gears fucking Chevelle are going to be the people that buy those and drive those, and the people that want to drive a smooth electric car, they're going to be the ones that do that. Like, it's not,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just how people are. People are very different. Everybody's experience is different. You like to do XYZ to your food.
Well,
I like to
generally
do
people are the
different
same.
stuff. I guess we all wear clothes and live in.
If you
houses.
say if you
I mean,
overgeneralize,
Yeah, I
you
mean,
wanna take
but
things
there's
to
very
a-
few people that
we're all
want that old
carbon-based
school.
organisms.
There's very few people that want that old school. Most people just want a functional vehicle. So my argument is there going to be very few people that want this lab-grown chicken, and then it fails because it costs so much and we don't have enough people?
I mean, probably. What kind of ideas don't fail at some point? Like, if it's good enough and people like it, then it'll make money, and then it'll be a thing. If it
I want
doesn't, it won't.
If
make
I can
money,
get a
then
hold
it'll
of
go
it,
away.
can you guys want to try it on stream?
Chicken.
100%.
Yeah.
The
I don't think you
lab-grown
can
stuff?
ship. I don't think you can ship that to us. Would it still be good? But if it
No,
was,
you can.
Do a
I
fucking
spent like 3 hours
butcher
today
box
looking
shit.
up this company.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll try. it.
Because they can actually, which is really cool, is they can bioengineer flavoring into it.
Right.
They can grow it to be teriyaki chicken.
Dude, that'd be
Okay.
crazy. That's wild.
Do you imagine that? Like, you marinate chicken, and it only gets so far into it.
Yeah.
But if you could bioengineer it to be throughout the whole thing, sign me up for some lab-grown chicken.
I like to marinate my chicken like a billionaire in a submarine in the
Right?
ocean. I just fucking
Under pressure, vacuum,
yeah.
or like a
Just
brisket.
fucking put it in there.
You don't even have to smoke your briskets anymore. It's bioengineered into it.
Well, that's just gonna piss a lot of dads off, I think.
Yeah, because what are you going to do for 12 hours on a Sunday?
Spend how much money on that Traeger? Well, check it out. I just bought this fucking
Fuck
thing.
Traegers.
Pre-smoked. What's up?
If you plug your barbecue in, I hate you.
Pick a fucking grill. Doesn't
Weber.
matter the brand. You're getting fucking
Charcoal.
Caught on semantics, dude.
No. Whoa.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You
All right.
We got.
Levi and I are going to have an emotional fight real quick.
Oh, I know. Levi, we got comments in the live stream saying that you are very low, Just
Low, as in
like quiet. I'm
sad?
guessing.
Oh,
Quiet. I'm guessing.
whatever. Fucking turn your ears up, dude. Is this louder?
I can hear.
I think it's because of Dutch has us set wrong.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
have you guys set
Way
wrong.
to fucking go, dude.
Yeah,
First of all,
'cause
everyone can hear me. I'm the loudest person on the
well,
planet.
yeah,
It's 'cause
I
you
know.
won't stop talking. What do you mean?
I'm getting messages about how loud you are and quiet we are.
Oh, he's streaming
here.
us, so he's gonna turn us down.
Listen,
Yep.
you guys
We're
are at
not-
minus
yep.
20 decibels, and I
How
barely hit.
dare
All right,
you.
here. Try this. Now talk.
No.
Is
Anyway,
that better,
we're-
nerds?
I don't.
we're gonna move to the part of the show where we. And I'm just playing.
Oh,
No, I have one more.
what's
All right,
up?
let's
Hit us with
do
it.
it.
Okay. So, I don't know, this was last week, 2 weeks ago. There's a video online that is and if I misgender, I'm fucking sorry. Calm down.
Just say he the whole time. You'll be all right.
It's a he. So just say.
No,
he.
it
It's a he. Just say he.
Just
It's
say he.
Just say he. I'm telling
she
you, it'll be all
started
right.
as a woman
right.
Damn it.
and
Yeah.
transitioned to a man.
Okay, so
And
it's a he.
I'm not
It's a
gonna
man.
lie.
Just say man.
They're a he.
Looks
I
like a dude. I mean,
Okay.
one
Well,
of
that was
best.
the goal, right?
That's
No,
that's
I
the
mean
point.
a really good one. Like Bruce, you
Oh.
can still look at and be like, yeah, that's a dude. Or
Oh
I'm
my
sorry,
God,
Caitlin.
we're fucked.
Jesus. Sorry.
Okay, well, let me just
She's
tell
a
you,
diff.
so you know, when you're
Uh-huh.
reading whatever you're about to read, since they transition, they're a he now, and that's what
Okay.
they go by. So just say he.
I'm not sure he
It's
goes
not
by
that
he. It might be
complicated.
they, them.
Either way, I mean, say they them then.
Okay.
It's not that hard.
That's not the point. The point is that this person, let's do
There we
that,
go.
Okay, there we go.
I like it.
This human.
transitioned from a female to a male.
Okay.
We got that.
We covered it.
And
We're there.
they are complaining that prior to transitioning, they were not informed what it was to actually be a man. And I say actually because I have nothing else to say about that.
Right.
The main complaint is the loneliness that they now feel as a man and the inability to easily and quickly make friends as a man, and the lack of emotional, I don't know, support or just, support as a transitioned man.
Man.
So I think that's just how dudes are. Like straight up, like, I mean, obviously me and Levi have been friends for years, so we have a different relationship as dudes, but for the most part, most men that you meet throughout your life, there's like, it's not a wall, but like you just don't ask shit that's not important to you. And a lot of things, in my opinion, like it's just not important. Like whenever I talk about something, I'm like, oh yeah, we were here, we were at this party, I talked to these people, right? But if Natalie asks me, she'll be like, well, she'll ask a bunch of follow-on questions that never even crossed my mind, because it is different from when you're a woman to being a man. Like you just don't think to ask those questions because it's just a different. If you're not going to tell me, I'm not going to ask you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, hey, if a buddy walked up to me and he was like, oh, I got divorced, I'm just going to be like, oh, dude, that sucks. And that's just going to be the end of it. But a girl is going to go, well, what happened? When did you notice a relationship was failing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are the factors? And like if we're not super close, I'm not gonna do that. And I think that's a lot of guys that are like that.
Are you even gonna do it if you're super close though?
I mean,
Wait, what?
he's asking that if you're super close, like if you have so say Levi was married and he was like, hey man, I just got divorced.
Yeah.
I would want to know.
Levi, you're not married?
No.
I could have pegged you as married.
No, there's no way.
I would ask
There's
follow-on
no
questions
way, like,
because I care. But like,
Yeah.
and that's because because we're so close. Like I've gotten hammered, wasted in Zoom and cried to Levi.
Yeah.
But I don't do that. I've done that around like 5 people my entire life. Like it doesn't like I'm not gonna do that. Like it's just not how it is.
Now.
He might.
Okay, so
No.
Batman, how long have you known Levi?
Oh man,
2015?
since 2015.
Yeah.
We did a whole deployment together.
So 8 years. All right, that's different.
Yeah. That also plays into
That,
but
For 7 months, we slept fucking 4 feet from each other. I mean,
yeah, he was in the rack right next to mine. So yeah.
all right, in a bunk bed together. Now,
Essentially.
Well,
again,
yeah,
I'm not diminishing your guys' service.
right.
Was it in a combat situation?
I mean, our planes were flying missions, but we weren't like.
I mean, we were
shooting
never
off.
in like direct danger.
Mhm.
You could argue. We did get fucked with by random countries throughout the deployment.
goddamn
but-
Iranian boats. Sons
But,
of
like,
bitches.
We were flying. We were like working on jets and launching jets off the pointy end into combat missions.
Yeah, coming back, no armament. We watched the videos of people getting blown up. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so you all formed a bond.
Yeah,
sure,
definitely.
yeah. I mean,
Now, this is, and I'll have a further point of this.
okay.
Batman, you're gonna kill someone.
Okay.
You gonna call Levi to bury that body?
Logistically, it wouldn't work because he's in
I'm so far away.
so
yeah.
far away. But if
Yeah.
we live close enough to each other, probably. If it happened, I'd be like, I need help.
I'd probably be there already, honestly.
Probably or would.
Well, I mean, like, realistically, if we
If we
got a
live
dead
close
body,
together, we'd probably be hanging out.
I'd
We'd
probably
be
be
Even
there. Yeah.
okay, so you guys live far apart, and he
Right.
calls you. Are you on the next bus, plane, or automobile?
Yeah. I mean, why wouldn't it be? I don't know. I feel like this line of questioning is a little on the extreme side because I listened to what your podcast was talking about specifically, where you're like, I have these guys that a few really tight friends. We do this and this, and we can go hunt, and then they could be 12 miles away, and then we won't talk. But we're like bonding through that, and I need these people who are going to ready to bury a body. And I just think that's not. Well, first of all, it's not realistic. I don't, in my day to day, go, man, I really wish I could call somebody to help me bury this body. Like, I need somebody who can fucking help me unravel my thoughts about a crazy situation. I don't
you
think
need
we're
that though.
yeah, absolutely. Like, my brain's scrambled all the time. I have ADHD. I can't collect my thoughts for shit. And sometimes, I just need to fucking vet somebody. One of our two of our Patreon supporters, Mark, I can call him whenever, talk to him. And then also Jeremy, he lives with me, but he's on vacation. But those two are in my list. But I think I don't think it in terms of I need them to help me do some fucking man shit.
Yeah, no, I didn't
need a
mean
friend for like
as that extreme and
whatever.
I feel
Yeah.
like this is I've
And it's a
discovered
more
something.
emotional thing,
Right. And I feel like Levi, and I mean this with the utmost respect, but you're in my experience, somewhat of an anomaly. That when my brain
I've been
is
called that before. Thank you.
everywhere, and stuff, I deal with it on my own.
Right.
And
I don't think
I
that's
don't
a
reach
healthy
out,
way
and I
to do
just
that for what it's worth.
and I
Like-
think that is just like an inherently male trait. And
And it shouldn't be though.
No,
That's
yeah.
what I'm trying to say.
Wait, we're not talking. We can't say shouldn't or anything. I'm just saying inherently it is.
Well, I know, but like
It's-
this is what my thoughts were about your conversation. Like it was
and it's only inherent because that's the way we were raised.
Yeah.
I see. I
Yes,
disagree that
yes.
it's not how we
Yeah.
were
When
raised.
growing up, you were told boys aren't supposed to cry, boys aren't supposed to be
Toughen up,
emotional.
rub some dirt
Yeah,
in
be
it,
fucking tough.
walk it
Don't
off. Yeah.
And because of that, that's
Shut
the
it
way men
down,
have been
bury it
for
deep.
years.
But do
Yeah.
you think that started like with our generation or
No.
It was
the one before?
not a
it?
new thing,
Or
but here's the problem:
it's a
is that
forever thing.
an emotionally competent dude is not a new thing either.
No, no, I'm not
you
saying.
can pick a time frame and have somebody be comfortable with their emotions.
I'm not
Fuck,
saying
dude, like-
uncomfortable with emotion. I'm just saying that because the argument is that when they're alone, they're lonely, and
Yeah,
there's
that's how
a
I
very
am.
big
I
difference
fucking
between
hate it.
alone and lonely.
I mean, kind of, yeah. I
I
guess.
love alone.
Like, you like alone time, right?
No,
like
no, I
time
love
away
alone.
From, okay, you don't
I'd
have
be
a wife, don't have
probably
kids.
okay if no one ever spoke to me again.
Okay, yeah. See, I knew you were gonna do that. Every
I
time
mean-
I fuck bring up the goddamn thing, you're like, yep.
No, no, but it's and I feel like you,
Fucking
Levi, you're a little
edgelord,
different on this.
I'm a little different in the way that I've been to therapy, and I know that being alone is
Yeah.
not great for me.
Yeah,
Not
like,
for
I
you,
know-
but it could be good for me.
Maybe, yeah, that's fine, but that doesn't mean every man needs to be alone.
And I'm
That's not
saying the majority inherently, solitude is a male
He's-
trait.
He's saying that because of how men have been for, as the majority of men have been for the
always
longest.
been in tribes, though. Men have always been in communities, so
Yeah.
that's not true. Alone time used to mean I'm gonna go hide in this bush and sleep now, and then in the morning we're gonna have, and you're gonna watch my back while I sleep because a fucking saber-toothed tiger's gonna come eat me. Like that's
Right.
what alone time used to mean. Like you pick a time frame in history,
Yeah.
and
It could
alone
also
isn't
be like
is not a
solitude
thing.
of hunting, because when you hunt, you have to be quiet. Like,
Yeah, but
on the
even back
simplest
then,
of
they used to
basis.
be all very close to each other because with
But they didn't
scatter game, you
speak.
gotta. That I mean, that's not the definition of being alone. Isn't next to somebody who doesn't talk though.
so what's the definition of being alone?
Well, I guess it would be by yourself.
But I don't think this person is talking about necessarily being
Or
alone.
they feel
They're
alone.
talking about because
Feeling
they're
lonely.
because they're
Because
not
men are
used
so
to this
distant.
side. Yes, we are very
Yeah.
distant for the most part. Yeah,
Oh, so
Yeah,
we all
that's why.
agree we're all distant.
We
I
are
don't think
distant.
we should be though. That's the
but
problem.
we are. Yeah,
Oh, so
He's a-
we can talk about how it should be. I just want to talk about how it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I
Well,
have a-
I know a lot of men who aren't distant, so we can throw that in there if that makes you more
Okay.
comfortable.
That's great, and that's what I want to hear is because I'll get to this now and we'll discuss it further. My whole thing about this is everyone says I'm a woman and I feel like a man on the inside, so I transitioned. And
Everyone says that.
well, not everyone, but that's
Oh, okay.
the
now we
basic
don't-
argument,
Okay.
right? Is that I feel like one person on the inside and it doesn't represent my outside, right?
Sure.
okay.
So she transitioned to he. Okay.
Okay.
Now, I just question that. Did you really feel like he as she? Because if you felt like he, you would have felt this solitude, this, like inherently
I-
how men feel.
I think you're. So I understand your
No,
thought
this is
process.
the question.
No,
Yeah.
I get
it's
that.
a poorly
I under-
phrased question.
I
Let him
understand your
ask.
thought. I understand your thought process, but it's impossible to know how he's feeling, how he
Yeah.
felt before he transitioned. There's no way to know. I understand you're saying that if you really felt, you're saying that if you really felt like a man before he transitioned, then he should have known that this is how men are.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm right.
And there's no way to know that because he was raised as a girl, and it's different. As a
Right.
being raised as a girl and being raised as a boy are two different things. When you're raised as a girl, it's okay to cry. It's okay to feel things out loud. It's okay. And now that they've transitioned, they're seeing the other side of it.
Well, and then also you got to think before they transition were like, I feel like a man on the inside. This is who I am.
Mhm.
Well, you don't know what men they were around to make them
Right.
feel like this is who I feel like. I feel like I'm one of these people. Like you
Yeah.
don't know who those people are, so we don't know what basis. Because like I know some as your word, I know plenty of anomalies of dudes who don't typically fit the fucking, I'm a brooding dark guy, don't talk about my feelings, and I'm just gonna drink
So,
beer
I
all
mean,
day and never
I don't
talk
mean
about it. Like, I know
anomaly-
people who don't. Well, just hold on, let me fucking finish my thing. So, like, I know people like that, and then I also know people who would fit the cookie cutter stereotypical definition of like. So you don't know who they were basing these feelings and like who they were trying to emulate, or maybe felt that they did emulate in a certain way before they transition. So I think there's too many like personal like experiences that are getting lost in this question, like because it's everybody's
many
got a different
variables.
walk of life. Everybody's got a different thing. You were raised by different parents than me. We have different perspectives on things, right? So our perception of what one thing is going to be completely different, right? That's why you can
Absolutely.
look at, I don't know, you can watch one movie and get one message from it, and I can watch the same movie and get something completely different. And that's how we are. And like I said, people are pretty different when you get down to the nitty gritty, but in general, people are very similar, I guess, but we are all different. Like there's no.
So then that's my next question. Like, do you believe in, I don't know, like collective subconsciousness or collective knowledge?
Well,
In what aspect? Are you talking about like everyone should know this type, like common knowledge type deal, or like?
or like
Well-
how mushrooms are all connected.
I guess we would say like, dude, that's another. Someone should write this down. That's another great idea. Like everyone
Mushrooms
just eats like
already been done.
an ounce of mushrooms and
Oh, yeah, fuck.
have a
I don't know if
podcast.
we'd get anywhere.
For legal reasons, that's a joke.
We
Yeah,
would get
we don't do
somewhere.
drugs.
The obvious audience would not. They'd be like, "What's
Right.
going on?"
Yeah, it depends on how much. Also, I feel
Yeah,
like
just
we
like
could
an
get in a
ounce.
real fun vibe going, but
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't like. What do you mean though? Collective, like conscious, like all the trees and the happening where they're trying to kill people. What do you mean?
No, I mean like a collective subconscious that we have a defined knowledge.
Like how animal instincts kind of thing. Like, is that what you?
Yeah, but extrapolate that further, because I mean, I don't want to say it yet because I want you to get there, and I think you will.
So in terms of like following that road, like every person kind of has the same function out, like they figure things out in a certain way or figure certain things out.
No,
Is that
but
what you're-
so humans have a function, right?
right.
Do you know what that function
Fuck.
is?
Fucking destroy everything.
No.
Fucking kill, dude.
No,
Let's go. America.
that's not a human's function.
Oh. To I
Wait a
don't
minute,
know.
I'm- This is
Be
new to me.
terrible?
Do you guys really think that our function is to be bad? To kill?
No, I was.
That's-
I mean,
What is the function of a human being?
on a base level,
Mhm.
fucking reproduce.
Thank you.
yeah, and
Stay
shit.
alive.
Well, I said that. I said fuck. Does that not count?
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
he did
I,
say
thought you, I didn't
Yeah.
hear the fuck part. But,
Yeah.
Okay, so reproduction is the like base level biology thing.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Where are you going with this?
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
getting
really
there.
excited about it.
So there's got to be an A and a B to get to a
In a
C,
way.
right?
Sometimes.
So the majority inherently, you got the A and the B, right?
On a purely biological structural level, sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. So if a B
Yeah. Neutrons and protons. Let's go. All right.
is an A on the inside, shouldn't they have the A like blueprint?
like on how to behave like
Yeah.
whatever they feel.
Because again,
I don't know.
And I don't mean anomaly in a negative connotation. Everywhere
think
I
you did
mean,
either.
I say has no negative connotations. Okay, like if I call someone ignorant, I don't mean that negatively. I mean it. You don't know what you're talking about, and
Right.
that's not like you're stupid. It's just you're talking about things you don't know. So if we can
Right.
take connotation out of the words and just
Okay.
say like an anomaly that
Bring
because
it back in. All right.
I mean, really, trans, gay, all is somewhat of an anomaly, population-wise. Like, there's much more straight people than gay people. Right?
Okay, yeah, statistically, right.
Right. So they are theoretically an anomaly, which I don't care. We have anomalies in nature all the time.
Right.
We have albino bears and stuff. An anomaly.
Yeah.
You know, they're not biologically programmed differently.
Okay.
And while I know albino is a physical thing, you know, a
Don't
brown
do it.
bear is white. Again, my question is that if you were programmed differently as a woman to think you're a man, how did you not get this stuff? And you would say that it's because the males in their lives were more, I guess, feminine males?
No, that's not what he's saying. He's just saying that the men in his life, he just identified more with those men.
And maybe
But
they
we're not
felt
atypical
differently
males.
before. No, hold on.
They could have been.
And it doesn't mean that they're like, this is who I'm going to be because they act like a woman or because they have feminine traits. It's because they were feeling a certain way. They're like, man, I know what a woman is and I know what a man is and I don't feel like a woman. Like, so they started to maybe follow certain things. But like, if you copy somebody verbatim, like say you have a favorite, what's the phase guy you talked about earlier? Say you wanted to play exactly like him. You're never going to get that exact same fucking shit. You're going to have some of your style, some other stuff. Maybe you're going to learn some things from him. You're not always going to be an exact replica of who you're trying to emulate. Like, I have people in my life that I've like, you know, I really like the way that they do this. I like the way they handle that. I don't like how they do that, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it my way. You know, it's not going to be a 1-for-1. So to say that this person was like, you know what, I'm going to be a man because these men that don't fit a typical, you know, type, you know, I don't know.
That, I never thought about it like that. Because I was strictly thinking, you know, if you were born a woman and you believe you're a male, you inherently believe that you're an atypical male. And for argument purposes, atypical males would be the solitary, gruff, I have 2 friends, all of that.
Right.
And but what you're missing is the fact that he was raised as a woman. And I don't know about you, but I'm not nicer to my nieces than I am my nephew, but you act differently towards like the opposite sex. You're nicer to women inherently.
Yeah, but that's still atypical male. We'll call it
I'm just saying.
male
but
behavior.
because of the males in his life, the way they acted towards him made him identify more with the male. Like, it made him identify as a male more. Like, and that's just how it is.
And,
and there could be a case where they didn't even have that issue, where it was just like, you know what, maybe I don't even get any kind of attention from a male or from any male that is necessarily different than the status quo. And they're just like, you know what, this is kind of just how I feel on a base level. And it's not like like we've been talking about, not every single person's the exact same. So you, me, Shane, we're all different. We're all different types of dudes.
Atypically male, right?
In what way?
I guess we'd have to define.
I don't chop trees down
males.
with my fucking teeth. I don't hunt. I don't goddamn oxen. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I don't do shit like that. But I like to camp. I like to go out, explore shit. Okay. But I also like to draw pictures, which is not a atypical male kind of thing.
It absolutely is.
Is it?
Name me a famous artist.
Fucking Frida Kahlo.
Yes.
George O'Keefe painted giant vaginas.
All right, you're just doing this for.
Oh, but you don't like it when I do it? Well, that's
wait a minute.
fun.
No, Levi, there are.
But are those atypical men?
Okay, but there
according
are
to your definition.
I think we have to define atypical men.
Throw out a definition and we'll roll with it.
I'm not sure if I have one.
Well, you have a pretty good idea what you thought that this person should be, and it wasn't
it's
emotional.
not what I should be. Yes, you're right. I did. Based on all my friends and what I know, I figured that this is atypical male. And if you were a woman with a man trapped in your body, that was worded poorly, but you should have felt these same things prior to transitioning, and that would have pushed you towards transitioning. And the vibe I'm getting is that Batman is frozen because his internet is
100%.
okay. But the vibe is that, you know, if I'm born a man and I feel like I'm in the wrong body, I would have the atypical female notions.
Yeah, I don't. It's not like that though. Like
Okay.
that, and that it's just not. Like,
So are
'cause
you saying that
there is-
there's no such thing as atypical male and atypical female?
Well, yeah, because if you go through history, everybody's been different. Every society's had different.
Yeah, but the
views of what
majority of men are
atypical
kind of the
man
same.
is. Like what? You're not saying anything though. You're just saying atypical.
Hunter-gatherer, let's put it that way.
Okay.
I mean, typically men are stronger.
Okay.
Atypically, men are stronger.
Okay.
Men are... God, I'm going to hate for this, so I won't even say it out loud.
Okay, so let's go with your example. Hunter-gatherer. Hunter-gatherers, the men typically are like in what a textbook definition of a hunter-gatherer society is, men hunt, women gather, right? Is that what you're going with? Okay, but then we also can go back and see that there's outliers in those societies.
Okay, but you can't take the anomalies.
But that's what people are. We're all it's not
I'm
the
not
same.
saying-
It's
Wait a minute.
everybody's gonna
We're not
you're gonna
all
have the
anomalies.
outliers though. You're gonna have them.
I
Like,
know
it's
you're
just gonna
going
happen.
to.
Yeah.
But
So to say that this is exactly how it should be. If you're a man, you should be hunter. You should always hunt, and you should always fight with a broadsword on a horseback in full armor. And then you should also raid the Roman Colosseum and fight tigers to the death. And you should This is who you should be. Like, that's just not how it is. You know what I mean?
no,
might
I'm
have to
saying
let him in.
generally, that's how it should be.
Yeah, but in general, things don't work that way.
This is going to get
In general,
terrible.
people don't always have to do those things, right?
No, they don't. But so
Exactly. So what's
do
the
we
issue?
always quantify the outliers?
You should, because they're part of the society. What, like,
Okay. But we don't...
because if you're only gonna include the
your
100%,
stuff's fucked up 'cause
Yeah.
of Russell. Your pitch.
if you're only gonna include the bulk of whatever
Mhm.
you're talking about, if you're only gonna include the bulk of the people, you look at all of the historic examples that you're gonna leave out. Because if you're gonna go, okay, in the Middle Ages, we're only gonna talk about the normal, like, this is what we are. So you're only going to be talking about Christians. You're only going to talk about dudes, and that's it. So why wouldn't you count outliers? Because that's a part of the society. You know what I'm saying? Like, it changes. It's always going to change.
I'm
So
not
you
laughing at
can't-
you. I'm laughing at the view is changed. One
No,
of
you're
you
good.
is Shane. One of you Levi, and the
Yeah.
pictures don't matter. Okay, so all right, then I now have a broader philosophical question.
All right.
Should the many bend to the few?
I don't think anybody's asking anybody to bend. I think that people just should try and,
Be
kind of
inclusive.
work together. Like,
Okay.
how many times in our human history have the few been fucked because the many thought that they're doing something that they should be doing, and we look at it with a retrospective lens and go, man, that was kind of fucked up that we did that, right?
Can you name one?
What do you mean? Any genocide? Any of
Wait a
the
minute. Wait a minute.
Jer-
But that wasn't the few versus that wasn't the many versus the few. Far more people disagreed with Hitler than agreed with.
Okay, I'm talking about genocides before Hitler. I don't know if you know this. It's not a new concept.
I know it's not.
Okay, so the many,
no, but
as you're
give
talking,
me one example where the few
shut up, I can tell you.
dominated the many.
I'm not talking about few dominating the many. I'm talking about working, cohesively. Why do you need to specifically exclude a group of people to make your life any better? And how does it hurt you to not even, it's not even going to affect you, really? So what does it matter?
But what if it does affect me?
How does
How?
it affect you?
I mean,
Name 3 times.
In the history, or do you want to talk about modern?
No, for you.
You said
I don't know.
you.
said
You said, what if it doesn't affect me? How does it affect you?
And what? Yeah.
I think we're gonna get touchy in a minute.
No, what one time, give me one time that has personally affected you as you sit right now, where somebody in a few category has affected your being in the many category.
Yeah, I couldn't get to work because the fucking Pride Parade closed down downtown Denver
You
on
couldn't?
a weekday.
On a weekday. And where you work in downtown Denver?
Yeah.
And you couldn't figure out any other route.
No, they closed it all off.
They closed the entire downtown and you
Yeah.
couldn't walk.
No, I'm not walking to work. I need a
not?
vehicle.
Pull yourself out of your bootstraps, dude. Come on.
No,
You
but,
got it.
I mean, that's silly. I need a vehicle
What?
to get around. That's
Okay.
nonsense.
You
No,
You couldn't figure out one way to get to work.
no, because they go right down 17th. Let's not even talk about Pride. Let's talk about how we have the National Western Stock Show that does the exact same thing. And I can't get out of our parking garage because there's a bunch of
Dog
fucking
show?
cows.
Is that what you said?
National Western Stock Show.
Oh,
Stock
stock show.
show.
I thought you said dog show. I was like, what? They fucking closed down Denver for the dogs?
That's the
Let's go.
Westminster. But yeah,
Oh,
they march
yeah,
a
that's
bunch of
what it was.
cows and shit right next to the office building.
Okay. And during those two things, you couldn't figure out any other way to get to work.
No.
Because
I'm at
I've lived
work.
in small towns where
No, these
not
are big towns.
parades have fucking tore the
These are-
whole
but
town
these
up
are on
because
weekdays
but
too. Like
listen to what
Saturday,
I'm saying.
Sunday, I don't care.
listen to what I'm saying though. Is I've lived in towns where the entire town is now a parade, and I can figure out how to get from one end to the
Not on
other.
a Tuesday.
Yeah, you can. You just gotta be fucking a little more proactive. You
No,
gotta
I don't.
Try a little harder. Okay.
Why?
Well then,
it doesn't sound like you dislike marginalized groups. It sounds like you hate parades.
yeah, sounds like parades
No,
are your
it's
issue.
again. So there's an old, what did you call it, meme or something?
Yeah.
Sure.
You should never be proud of something you didn't do. Right?
What do you mean?
In reference to
what
what?
sense?
Yeah.
Anything.
I mean, like, if you're talking about just that phrase, you shouldn't be proud of something you didn't do, then cool. But I don't
Take
think
away
that's
the
what you're.
4th of July then.
I don't think that's what you. Oh,
But you're actively an American.
Oh, are you though? What are you doing that's more American? Like, what are you doing to
Paying
help
taxes.
fellow Americans? Are you?
Yes, I pay taxes.
Show the fucking receipts. Let's go. No, I'm just kidding.
I can't
But like,
do that.
So-
okay, but that's what everybody does. Are you doing something more than anybody
Everyone
else?
doesn't do that.
The majority of
No.
American citizens.
50% of the country does not pay any taxes.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
verifiable fact. Like,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. Does
So-
that make you more American than them?
No,
Okay.
but
Then why do you celebrate the 4th of July?
Huh? Well, that's independence. That's not about
Okay.
pride.
But you didn't do it.
that is about pride.
Yeah.
Independence Day is
pride in your
100%. Yeah.
country. Yeah.
So we should
Proud to
not
be an
celebrate
American,
Christmas.
or at least I
You're
know I'm
not
free.
Santa.
I don't celebrate Christmas.
Christmas is a made up holiday by Christians.
Yep.
Wait, you guys
And
don't celebrate
celebrating.
Christmas?
Yes, I celebrate
Something.
Christmas because I'm not. Because I'm not like.
Levi
I don't
does
have a
weird.
kid. I don't have a kid. What am I gonna do?
But you
Nobody's
don't go with like
pressuring
your
me.
family or anything?
I hang out with my family all the time. I don't.
You guys don't
Like-
do Christmas though?
It's always a day off that I'm not gonna have, so I'm gonna be over there. But they celebrate Christmas.
I'm
my brother's-
generally interested in this.
What do you?
All right.
want?
Well, I think we should continue this conversation next week because it's getting a little long for our viewers normally
Dude, you
check out.
you missed 30 minutes of it. You know, you're.
I missed like 5 or 10 minutes because my internet
It's
started to struggle.
2023. How does your internet suck this bad?
Dude, I'm sorry that it dropped out after we were on stream for an hour and 14 minutes.
It
my
was-
bad.
that was-
Mine's
you know,
fine. Levi's is rolling.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't.
He's doing his best, Dutch. That's
I'm
all
doing
we
my
can
best.
ask for it.
All right. So
I
this
want
week,
to throw this out there real quick.
Okay.
I will help you do better, Shane.
all right.
Tell me what I have to do to fix your internet.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna cover the Billboard 200 and we're gonna get the fuck out of here.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna do what?
All right.
We
so
do
this
the
week,
Billboard 200 every episode. So
What
the
fuck
he
is
talks
that?
about, music.
the top 10 albums. You know what music is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what music is, but I
Okay.
don't know the Billboard whatever.
The Billboard
Okay,
200
the
top
Billboard
10.
is a music magazine. It used to
Mhm.
be a magazine. Now it's just a whatever. But they release album charts, like how well an album's doing based
Wait,
on
is this
sales,
new
streams,
music?
whatever. It is. There is new music on it. Yeah.
Is there old music?
Not a lot.
Not a lot.
Fucking
Does this
Fleetwood
take more
Mac's
than
been on
3
there
minutes?
for like 500. No, it's quick.
No, it's just the top 10.
Okay, go nuts.
All right.
I
This
just
week
gotta
at number
pee,
one.
So
Yeah, go for it. Go pee.
You'll be all right.
This week at number one, go figure. One Thing at a Time by Morgan Wallen. Great
Oh
album.
shit, he's back,
Boom.
baby.
He is.
wait a minute.
Were you nervous or what?
No, I
was a
saw
little bit.
something today about Morgan Wallen is not a good guy.
Oh,
It's all right.
Okay.
We'll figure it out later.
Cool. Roll.
All right. Debuting at number 2, brand new album. We got The Show by Niall Horan. Niall Horan. No clue who that is.
That's how I would assume to pronounce it, but I have no fucking idea. Niall.
Yeah, Niall. I'm gonna say Niall.
Yeah.
At number 3, we got Stick Season with Noah Kahan. Dude, I can't
Kahan
read, dude.
sounds like
George
right.
Education.
Yeah.
Number 4, we got Midnight's with Taylor Swift. Number 5, we got Spider-Man Across the Universe soundtrack, Metro Boomin.
Shit.
Number
I still haven't
6,
watched that yet.
it's so good. I've watched it 3 fucking times.
Oh my god.
Number 6, we got 5 Star, the third album by Stray Kids.
Let's go.
Number 7, Almost Healed by Little Durk. Number 8, SOS by SZA. Oh, 2 albums in the top 10.
Oh,
Number
shit, he's
9,
back, baby.
Dangerous, the double album, Morgan Wallen. And then, of course, Taylor Swift has another album in the top 10,
Yeah.
Lover.
Oh man, Moneybag Yo didn't stay in for very long.
I know, dude. Where is he? Let's go look.
He's
He's
like 12.
like
or
gone.
something. Yeah. That's too bad. I like saying his name.
I do too. His name's fun to
Yeah.
say.
It's been a staple for us like since the beginning too, so.
Yeah, I guess we might do this again next week. We'll see.
We'll see.
Wait, is
Thank you, Dutch, for
Billboard
being
over?
on. Yeah, it's over.
Who was number 1?
Morgan
Wallen.
You were there for that.
You started with number 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to teach you about showmanship. You don't reveal the grand finale at the beginning.
This
To
is like
build up to it.
episode what, 111, 112? I think
Yeah, something like
I think
that.
it'll be all right.
Yeah. We've been doing it for 100 and something episodes.
It's too late to change now.
Pretty sure
Yeah.
Dutch and Denver has been on 200. That's fine. Hey,
all right.
guys, I'm going to say one thing to the people watching on my channel.
Okay.
This is not a bad podcast. West of Nowhere has more substance than some drunk redneck yelling at you for an hour. Okay?
I think you
Yeah,
have
I
more subs
encourage
than
you.
us, but
Could you guys not talk during my
Oh,
speech?
sorry. Oh,
I
okay.
encourage you to listen to these guys after you listen to mine. Okay? I don't want your comments. I don't give a fuck what you guys think. They care about your comments. Give them your support. Okay? I want you guys to just listen and be angry and leave me. I want you to engage these two. Levi and Shane are not bad guys. So when you're done with the Dutch in Denver, you need to go over to the West of Nowhere podcast, like, subscribe, be a Patreon. I'm sure their top tier is like $50.
It's like
Stop
$2,000
eating 3
obviously.
Chipotle burritos a week and give them $50.
Yeah.
Okay?
Fuck, dude.
So I'm going to do a thing for my guys. And I know a lot of you don't make comments on the YouTube, but you do other comments. You text, you email, you do all that dumb shit. Apple. I don't want to hear a goddamn word from any of you nerds for 2 weeks. But I want $5 from each of you to go to their Patreon page. And I want you to comment on theirs, Dutch and Denver's 5.
I like
And if
it.
you guys can do 100 of you can do that. $500 for them.
Do it.
I
You won't.
will do something incredibly special on stream for you guys.
He'll kiss a man.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking- He's gonna.
I've already kissed a man on stream. You guys haven't watched it, but I'm serious. Boost these guys because they have substance. I'm an angry white guy who yells at you for an hour, and I don't fucking care about your opinion. They care. They will engage you. These are human beings. I'm a monster.
Jesus.
Lord Rev
I am a
Rusty.
man.
Well, if you're a drunk redneck, Rusty, let's do the Dutch and Rusty podcast.
Rusty
Message
Love
me
Nuts?
in later.
Oh no.
Oh, Rusty? Oh, was that one of you guys' friends? He's mine now.
Friends.
Rusty, I'll pay you. They won't.
I'll pay you to be my friend.
Yeah, I will pay you to be my friend. But yeah,
Oh,
I want you guys to
on
go
special
support this
occasion.
podcast. Okay? You support mine enough, and your opinions, frankly, are terrible. And I don't care about them. They will care about your opinions. west of nowhere. Everywhere you can find podcasts, they have a Linktree website. Levi, what's that website?
Linktree/Walkpod, WOKPOD.
Okay. They have a Brazzers link. Okay. I
We
link
have
their
merch,
shit and my stuff.
you know?
It'll be on only YouTube. This is their podcast, so I won't put it on my socials. But the link to their crap is on my stuff. Follow them, love them. After you're done loving me.
There you go.
Okay, you just
All right.
fuck you, Rusty. Those are too many big words. Jesus Christ,
Shane,
you're
hit
not a
him with it.
redneck.
All right, we want to thank our friends, of course, the Dutch in Denver podcast. If you're listening to this, go on over to Dutch in Denver on YouTube and check him out. He's a wild man. He
Wild
streams
man. Wild
and he does
time.
podcasts, dude. He has a lot to say about a lot of things. Give him a listen. We also want to thank our other friends, the No New Friends podcast, Kicking with the Kellys, and the Rimini Room.
Yeah.
Rusty's your dad?
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't count. You can't have your parents watch the podcast.
I don't
Yeah.
make him watch it.
No dads allowed.
I don't
dude.
believe you. I take it all back. These guys'
All right.
parents are watching him.
He's a strong, independent man. All right,
He
Levi.
is. All right. That's it. I've had enough. Peace out, bitches.
Tip your bartender.